Hello and welcome to another video, a brief example on a t-test as part of our introduction to statistics, using specifically in this example the statistical software SPSS. Now you can make your own data file in SPSS by inputting your own numbers and your own variables, but we're going to reference the book Statistics and Data Analysis for Nursing Research, which did an extensive study on a group of 1,000 women in a certain low-income community and got a lot of data from that, measured a lot of different variables through their surveys, and they made that available to use with SPSS. So we're going to do that and use specifically the C file if you want to get the book and follow along, not that you have to at all. So we have a whole bunch of variables that's measured and put in this file for use in SPSS. We're going to focus on one, the 20-item scale called the Center for Epidemiologic Studies, the Depression Scale, CES-D. That's a widely used measure for depressive symptoms, and it's a scale that asks questions relating to mood and functioning in the prior week. So that was part of the surveys given to these individuals. Scores can range from 0, which means no depression, to 60, which means high level of depressive symptoms. So let's begin by first examining or demonstrating how you would examine if this variable is normally distributed in this sample. So we're going to click on Analyze at the top, then Descriptive Statistics, then Explore. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I can zoom in, so it is a little bit small here, and we're going to look for the CESD variable. It's over here close to the bottom. We're going to click on the arrow there to move this into the dependent list. And at the bottom of the dialog box, we want to check how this is displayed, both with statistics as well as plots. So we'll make sure the both is selected here. Then we'll click on the button on the top right for plots. And we want to uncheck the stem and leaf one for our example. And make sure we check the normality plots with tests. Then we'll click on Continue. And we will click on OK. And let's try and make this a little bit bigger. Zoom in here a little bit, like so. And let's discuss briefly what we have here. So we can now ask a couple of questions on this, like what is the range for the CS-D scores, these depression scores, in this sample that was collected. And you see here that the mean score is 18.5831. So a bunch of different statistics are given here. We can also ask what is the confidence interval around the mean. So in repeated sampling of this size, 95% of them will have the mean somewhere in this interval. And if we want to focus specifically on seeing, well, is the sample following or suggesting a normal distribution? Well, the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test is one test that can give us information on this, and it is essentially testing the null hypothesis that yes, this is following a normal distribution, and then testing the sample against that. So that was done in SPSS as well. And the statistic that it calculated was 0.072, which we may not be that familiar with. That's why it also gives me the significance. So this was significant at a p-value of less than 0.001, which means that we reject that null hypothesis that the sample comes from a normal distribution. So this suggests that it is in fact not coming from a normal distribution. So it has statistically significant departures from normality. And we can also see that the skewness does indicate that it is positively skewed and statistically significant. Not that small, but it is somewhat significant, nearly. So that might suggest that, okay, it's sort of on the edge, However, if we were to conduct a t-test, because the sample is quite large, the t-test is quite robust to departures from normality when the sample size is large. So it's not a big concern, but in cases where your sample size is small or groups that you're comparing don't have equal size or approximately equal size, the test for normality can be an important step to determine how we should proceed. And in cases where it's not normal, we might have different tests that would be more appropriate. So in this example, we just wanted to run through these extra little things, being aware that in the situation where we assume normality for our statistical test, we can also test that hypothesis through something like the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, and we can do that in SPSS. All right, that is it for now. This is part of our larger series on the introduction of statistical concepts, so please consult the other videos if you want to learn more.
Welcome to MathCats, where we aim to better understand mathematics. Join us weekly for discussions on elementary, high school, through to university math. You can request the next topic by leaving a comment on our YouTube channel or by emailing us at mathcats314@gmail.com. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.